Hi, in this video I want to tell you about 8 harmful mental habits. So I'd like to go through 8 harmful mental habits, and they result in 3 things. First, dissatisfaction, even when achieving good results. Artificial increase of dissatisfaction from things that do not suit you. And third, mental blockage from starting undertakings you wish to accomplish. So learning about those habits will help you in 2 ways. It will allow you to relatively quickly start getting satisfaction from things that are positive in slightest bit. It will allow you to create space, so to speak, for pleasant and working habits. Habits which increase chances for starting undertakings you wish to accomplish. So let's go. Number 1. Vicious cycle of negative perceiving of all psychological aspects. Depending on culture, it is more or less prominent. It comprises of 3 steps. Step 1. We claim that literally any mental aspect is detriment or insult or something to be ashamed of. Step 2. We claim that mental aspects do not require physical or mental work. Following that, we incorrectly claim that they do not require any work at all. Step 3. Following that logic, mental aspects do not require work, so having them means we had to be very lazy. The vicious cycle is closed with the fact that laziness is a detriment or insult. In reality, aspects that are mental are elements of self-development. Investing time in them increases chances to become better in anything we do. Regarding the work, mental aspects in certain elements require, and in others do not require work, because it is easy to understand and apply 1 or 2 times a new mental technique, but it is hard to make it a habit. And it is even harder to make it a habit that works in harsh conditions. For instance, sticking to arguments when you are being yelled at. Second harmful habit is constant blame-seeking. It comprises of 4 elements. In short, crime, criminal, punishment, and more punishment. To be on the same page, I am not talking about real crimes. I am talking about ordinary daily actions and mistakes. First element, seeking crime. Second element, seeking criminal and assigning bad intentions. Third element is punishing the guilty one. We culturally program ourselves to take joy when a so-called deserved punishment is executed. If the punishment is not possible to be executed, then we feel loss, bitterness, or injustice. Once again, I am talking about ordinary actions and not real crimes. So for instance, when somebody opens doors too fast and spills someone else's cup of coffee held in hand. Or when somebody does things along their beliefs and experiences and not ours. So when somebody says, "Oh, that's not allowed, that's very bad, you shouldn't be doing that. Oh, there should be consequences taken." Fourth element takes place when the so-called guilty person avoids punishment. In this situation, we usually want to punish the person even more severely. And if that severe punishment is also avoided, then we can even get furious. In reality, most often than not, people do mistakes out of good intentions and are able to change their approach if they get a friendly feedback. Third harmful habit. This one is very unconscious. It is a set of 3 sentences. At first glance, they define when to be happy, especially that they contain the phrase "you can be happy." But it is just an illusion, as those sentences combined together leave no space to be happy at all. First sentence. You can be happy only when you reach your goal. This means that a journey to the goal is not a reason to be happy, as lack of success is not ambitious. Second sentence. You can be happy only with things that require effort. So regular daily things like fresh breeze, sunshine, early getting to work, if you're a morning person, being well rested, having a beautiful wife, or having a nice day at work are not substantial reasons to feel happy, as they are not ambitious enough. Third sentence. You can be happy only with things done above your duties. So for instance, as a paramedic who saves lives, you shouldn't be happy because it's in your duty. I'll say that again. Those sentences combined together leave absolutely no space to be happy at all. Fourth harmful habit. Maximum exploitation of your worrying capability with problems you currently have. I'll give a bold example. In my distant family was a teenager that just became an adult and started using drugs. He once got into a car with a dealer and police caught them in the car. In the car was a large amount of narcotics. This translates into 12 years in prison for selling drugs. That's what you get when there is a big amount of them on you. Obviously, the family was devastated. Now, here's the thing. The highest sentence for possessing drugs is 1 year. If for some reason they had gotten the sentence from 12 years to 1 year, as if for possessing drugs, they would have been happy. And now if they had gotten a 1 year sentence in the very beginning, then their worrying capacity would have been fully used for that 1 year. So a better way to look at the 12-year sentence is noticing that after 12 years, he would still have a lot of life ahead of him. And beside that, prison in my country is definitely way better than in Russia, for example. Fifth harmful habit is torturing yourself with negative thoughts. A good example is a woman who says to her in mind that she's ugly. Paradoxically, we mostly assess such an action to be very inappropriate when done by somebody else. But we do not use that argument to stop torturing ourselves. Another example. A pupil who says to himself, "This A grade was pure luck. I wouldn't get it again." Third example. Imagine you suddenly become disabled. Focusing in that moment on what you cannot do and what you do not have is almost a guarantee of misery. On the other hand, there is a ton of productive and joyful things that you still can do. Sixth harmful habit. Focusing on things which you have no influence on. This is fairly similar to focusing on negative things, yet a bit different. Being disabled, in fact, falls into this box too, as regaining ability to walk is impossible. An example that a bit better illustrates this situation is when a man focuses on the fact that he looks bad, and he truly is. And the thing is that changing that is out of his influence, and so most likely it leads to diving into dissatisfaction. Seventh mental habit. Setting up goals and conditions for them which with such a big discrepancy between what's possible and not, that it ignites the motivation of same magnitude. Example is setting up a goal to establish in a month with little effort and almost no difficulties a company earning tens of millions of dollars. Or setting up a YouTube channel for the very first time and expecting hundreds of thousands of viewers, which by the way could be my unrealistic goal as well. Last harmful habit is consumerism. It is a belief that buying and owning things bring joy. Positive psychology has already discovered that material possession can provide up to 10% of humans' ability to be happy. This means that setting up yourself for only owning things as a way to get happy is in fact a direct way for 90% chance for dissatisfaction. Obviously, on the other hand, having a certain minimum amount of things is necessary to survive and so unlock possibility to be happy at all. These were all the habits. This video is the first from a set that gets you introduced to strong mentality, or in other words, mental health, as these are synonyms. After that set, I will be publishing materials that incrementally present a model of strong mentality, obviously including habits that are antagonistic to ones presented in this video. I would like to stress the word incrementally. It means that things presented here are aimed to be clear from the very beginning. It also means that the clarity will constantly grow and content of the videos will be easier to be applied the more videos appear. Alright guys, that's it for this time. If you feel that you have one or more of those habits, then click thumb up. Subscribe to the channel to get notified about upcoming videos with clear tips on how to substitute your habits with effective ones. See you.